Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
Thank you all for joining us. And for those that are not watching, for those that are listening, we would like to introduce our very special guest tonight. It is Mariah Keopple. Mariah, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, you guys.
Yay. We're so glad you're here. We're
Yes.
so excited to talk to you.
We are. And we know there's a lot going on. So we have a lot of things to talk about. But the first thing, the whole thing about our podcast is I'm a new hockey fan. My wife has been a hockey fan, NHL fan for many, many years. So I'm learning the sport. And
thank you for not saying how many.
Yeah. We like to talk about how, how people got into hockey. So I want to hear, how did you get into hockey?
So this is like a funny, cute kind of story, but when I was little, so I started hockey when I was 4. I grew up in the middle of Wisconsin. So my brother actually would go to skate. I was figure skating at the time, like when you did free skate, whatnot. I danced before that. So I was really into dance, would figure skate here and there. My brother would, get on the ice. And he would get on the ice for learn to skate practice and just sit down and cry, go home every single time. And my dad would be like, okay, and he's like, when's the next practice? My dad's like, you were just bawling. Why do you want to go back out there? And every single time the same routine kept happening. And then one day my dad was just like, if Mariah came out with you, would it make it better? And that
is he older or younger?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Younger brother. Okay.
2 years younger than I am. And so that's how I started playing hockey. His name's Remington, and he never lets me live it down ever.
Well, you're an emotional support hockey player.
Yeah. So
that's amazing. Oh my gosh. So you got into hockey because your younger brother needed somebody to come out on the ice with him. That is such an amazing story.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously it got a little more serious after that. So you played in high school did you start, did you play through high school? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I grew up playing in a city called Menominee, Wisconsin, up until my 8th grade year. And then after 8th grade is when I'm from the middle of Wisconsin, so it's kind of about an hour and a half away from the Minnesota border. And as you guys are getting to know hockey, Minnesota's high school hockey is insane.
Yeah, she knows
hockey.
I was like, she knows about it, and she's got family there.
I do have family in Minnesota, Edina, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, it's insane. And of course, we knew about it growing up. So we actually moved closer to the Minnesota border so that we could go and play high school hockey in Minnesota. So we ended
Your whole family moved closer?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that is dedication.
Yes.
Thanks, mom and dad, right?
I know. I tell them all the time. So we moved closer to there. Then both my brother and I both ended up playing hockey at Hill Murray High School.
Okay.
And then played throughout there. Again,
was there a girls team or
was
there?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So you played on a girls team.
Yeah. So when I was younger in Menominee, I played with the boys, and my brother and I actually got to play together for a really long time, which was really special. And he was a goalie, and then obviously I'm a defender. So.
And were you always a defender? And this is something I don't think I've asked anybody before. Is that would you decide forward defender when you're young, or is that something that's fluid throughout?
So for me, I was always a defender, and I think it's because I've always been extremely tall since I was really little. I just shot up, and I just was always put on defense. So
okay.
I don't know. I've never played forward ever. So I don't know if that is I do know some people who obviously switched on and off a lot when they're little. But I think a lot of if you're tall, and maybe this is when I was growing up, but when you're tall, you just get put on defense. Yeah, and then my brother was a goalie, so it was just a lot. I was just meant to be a D.
Oh, that's cool.
That's defensive family.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so and tell us how did you get to Princeton? How did that decision get made? Were you recruited or?
Yeah, so I really like school. I love learning new things. So when Ivy League started reaching out to me, To be honest, when I was in Wisconsin and whatnot, I didn't really honestly know what that was at the time, like an Ivy League school, like being recruited, I like knew somewhat, but when I did a deeper dive into everything and like all my options and things like that, and I knew Ivy Leagues were like on the list and like available for me, then that's when I just like knew that I wanted to do that because I love to challenge myself academically. So that's kind of where that started. And then, of course, it was the first campus I ever visited. And if you've ever been or seen photos, it is the best campus ever. So between, yeah, the academics, the campus, just everything, I was pretty sold the first day on campus.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
That's very cool. And so we were reading a little bit about you, doing a little deep dive. So you did not get drafted into the league originally. You were a free agent,
Fought your way on.
tell us about that. I know when I said that to Patty, she was like, "Ooh, she's a fighter. I like that."
Yeah, so it was very crazy. Post college, I didn't think I was going to play. I didn't think that was like in the cards for me, really. And then I was so blessed with the league literally becoming a thing months after I graduated school.
Yeah.
So I know that. And I was just like, it's new. I'm just gonna do it. I was like, it was so like sad because you like love the sport so much. And obviously since you're 4, your life is just consumed with this. And it's really hard to like identify yourself without the sport. So I already kind of was having that little crisis like after school, like what am I gonna do, what not? Um, and then I ended up just kind of going for it. I knew like going into the draft, like everything I like wasn't going to get drafted. I didn't think that was like going to be in the cards for me either. So I knew that I was just going to have to get to camp and show them what I could do at camp. And I was very prepared to do that. And that's exactly what I did.
That's amazing. And it's interesting that you talk about having that like identity crisis because we just did an interview with Meredith Roth, who's one of the associate coaches at Harvard a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago. And she was talking about that. Like she's like, it in the in the industry with especially with women's hockey, it's like after college, like they're like, I just give it up, right? Like, and
Yeah.
that's, I mean, that was what it was before we had, I mean, and there were leagues and there are other leagues
Yeah.
and, we're not going to say that there weren't other leagues, but now that we have, here in North America, the PWHL, like it's such a different atmosphere, right,
Yeah.
than it ever was before because,
Yeah.
and that's what she said, like now they get to prepare, they get to prepare these women
Mhm.
to potentially go on to play professionally, which I mean,
Yeah.
when you were a kid, did you ever imagine?
No, like not it. So it's just like so crazy because that was just, again, like it's just not in the back of your mind. Like I'm gonna, you're training hard and hard and hard every single summer for college, for your collegiate season. Majority of the people, obviously, there are international stages, but that's kind of what your mindset is. And then your senior year, it's like, oh my gosh, this is the last year I can
Right.
do this. So it is so crazy, and I'm so happy that this league is a thing because yeah, if you were to, I mean, I can't even believe I'm going into my 3rd year of this league. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
Going into your 3rd year,
Like
Mariah.
that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy that girls can, shoot for something post college that is still in their sport.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna shift. I have a couple more hockey questions.
Yeah.
Our correspondent, we can't call him our friend anymore. He's now our correspondent, Brian, third member of the podcast, said that you're listed as a lefty on Elite, but like he thinks you shoot right. Are you lefty or righty?
I'm a lefty.
Okay, that's what Elite Prospect said. So that's what I was like, they don't normally
Okay.
get it wrong, but like, okay, so
Yeah.
you're a lefty. Well,
I'm a
Brian, you,
lefty.
you heard it here first from her. She's a lefty. Got it. Do you write left-handed or do you just shoot left-handed?
Just shoot left-handed. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, babe. My wife's a lefty. Okay. And so another question we want to know, we know that in the off season you talked about wanting to, build up some more offensive skills. How do you do that without sacrificing, your defensive strengths?
Yeah, I think it's a lot about just reading the situation, and not only reading the situation, but being confident in your read. Um, Again, I have a very defensive mind, like defense first always. So I think just kind of having the confidence to jump into certain situations and just being able to read, but read and jump at the same time. Because as we know, like hockey is your decisions are seconds. So I think just it's all confidence basically, and being able to read, but a lot of confidence in that.
That's awesome.
And I'm not gonna lie, we were not in the league because last year, so I haven't seen you play a lot in Montreal. And do you like to jump into the offense, or are you a stay at home? Do you like to stay at home?
I'm more of a stay-at-home D. I will jump in here or there. I mean, it's crazy because we laughed like all last year, like all of my goals, not all of them, but like majority, I think it was like 2 of them were like right in front of the net, like literally in the crease. I'm like, what am I doing
That's
here?
jumping in.
I'm like, I
But
don't
she
know
didn't hear
why
what
I'm
she just
here.
said. She was like, "What am I doing here? Why am I here?"
Yeah. But I definitely
Something
am,
drew you down there. That's all I have to
yeah,
say.
I mean, I'm here, so
Yeah,
but
that's
overall,
awesome.
I'm definitely a more stay-at-home D.
Gotcha.
And then, as a defender, who are the defenders that you model your game after? And I'm really interested to hear the answer to this.
Yeah, so I think for me, I actually watch a lot like from Lee Steckline on Minnesota. She has a very long stick and she's very tall. And I also have a very long stick, so I really like to watch how she positions her stick and how she uses her stick as like an extra player out there almost, you
Okay,
know?
I'm going to ask a hockey newbie question.
Yeah.
The sticks are not all the same length?
No, so
No.
it's definitely like based on like your size, and then I just definitely have like a longer stick.
Okay,
So
cool. Didn't know that. Awesome.
yeah. Yeah, Barnes and I should not be using the same stick.
Oh, yeah, well, dang. I guess that height disparity, like when
Yeah.
you say that out loud, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Is your stick taller than Barnes?
Oh,
I have no idea actually.
okay, we're gonna have to see that like in warm-ups. Just go down,
Yeah,
stand
that
up
would
next to her.
to be determined. I actually have no idea.
TBD. There we go. There we go. That's funny. No, okay. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You're saying
No,
that
you're
the
learning.
stick
You're
was
learning.
another
It's
is a
okay.
whole nother
It's like
player.
the sixth player on the ice.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So I just really like to watch how she uses her stick because again, like her stick placement is just like it's always there. It's always on point. Like everyone, you know, talks about how annoying it is. And like that's exactly how I want my stick positioning to be. It's just extremely annoying. And it's like, why is your stick always there?
that's
So
awesome. That's
Love
so
it.
cool. Okay, any other hockey questions before I switch gears to
Uh,
my favorite topic?
no, I'm good.
Okay,
I know you want to go there,
I
so
do want to
I'd
go
like to make
there.
my wife happy.
So, anyway, and so something that we're very, very excited about. I'm gonna proclaim you our fashion queen, Mariah. I was so excited when you got drafted because I had seen a lot of your walk-in looks because that was something that I paid attention to in the league,
yeah,
a little
for
bit.
sure.
So I'd seen that, and I had no idea, none whatsoever, that you were a designer until I started following you on social media. So I want to know how do you make this jump? Because you said you went to Princeton. I don't know what you studied, but I'm kind of guessing it probably wasn't fashion design.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Um, oh my gosh. So I always like when I was younger, super artsy, like very into a lot of creative things. I had a little like almost like nook at my nana's house for like coloring. She taught me how to knit, crochet, do all those things. And then again, like in high school, I really took school seriously, and was just like trying to challenge myself academically to get into Princeton. And I kind of faded away from anything really creative, artsy, things like that. But I do love it so much. And at that time too, like in college, like I think game day outfits in college are really starting to pop and like be a thing now.
Hmm.
They really weren't a thing until like maybe my senior year. So again, I didn't really get to like express myself in any way through that, which is why I think now it like has really sparked. But anyway, during COVID, um, all Ivy Leagues, so everyone basically like didn't have a season, but like, well, a quote unquote season, but all Ivy Leagues did not have any season.
Oh, you guys
So
didn't play any
we
games?
didn't play any games.
Because
And
I
that was
was like, you didn't have that fifth year, that fifth COVID
yeah,
year.
because
You
we
just
we
had
Yeah.
actually
another year.
talked about that because we were like a lot of the players coming like that are at your age, that were in college during COVID had, the fifth year of eligibility because that one year was a
Yeah.
scratch or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
So, yes, and Ivy League schools have some weird eligibility things. So, basically, like I took the whole entire year off. So, between my sophomore and junior year, I didn't go to school. I didn't play like hockey except for training with all the other Ivy League kids that are from like my area, which was a small number of us, just kind of like training and skating. But I took the entire year off, which was very weird. And again, I was bored. Like when your life is being a student athlete at an Ivy League school, like you are doing 25 things at once. Like and especially in high school, like my high school is like a college prep school. You're going to your practice, you know, you're in student council, like you're just doing all these things. So now I'm so wired like that. Like people laugh, like I'm never bored, like ever, because I am so busy, like such a busy bee. So then during my gap year, that's when I took up sewing. And I would make like jewelry too. But I just kind of taught myself how to sew on YouTube because I was so bored and I just like needed something. And that kind of brought my like creativity back out. And then I kind of like dabbled in it a bit like through my junior and senior year, but again, like you're just so busy kind of, but got to experience fashion with our walk-in outfits. And then I actually wrote my senior thesis to do with fashion. I studied psychology. So I wrote my thesis on fashion and clothing because how are you supposed to write a 100-page book when you are not interested in it? So I wrote it on that. And I
Awesome.
basically analyzed how people self-express through clothing, whether they think it or not. We wear clothes every single day, so why are you putting on certain
Okay,
clothes?
I want to read this. Like, I'm like, can you forward this to me? I'm so interested. Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah. So I tried to incorporate like fashion and clothes a lot after learned how to sew and just like kind of like revamped my like creativity and like my artsy side, which I just kind of had on the back burner. I didn't even really like realize it until that gap year.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And I love that your Nana put that in you and like started
Yeah.
that and gave you that space. Like I can see that nook in my head
Yeah.
and I completely love that.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to create a label? Because that's not, I mean, that's not a little thing. Like that's a huge thing to say. Not only am I gonna, sew, like I mean, a lot of people just sew on the side, but
Mhm.
like you're gonna create a label, like which means there's an idea behind that. So
Yeah.
Where did that
So
idea come from?
yeah.
it really started like after my walk-in outfits, my first year in the league. And I really just created it to kind of document my journey a little bit. I wasn't really thinking it really had any like huge meaning behind it. Just really showcasing like kind of what I can do. And everyone was just like, you need to post, you should post this because like everyone wants to see it. Like, you know,
Mm.
things like that. And I'm like, but I don't really know how to do like everything. Like I have no idea. But just throughout like learning all the techniques, things like, you know, just making these I've never made before and like showcasing that. And then again, I think the like my brand is still growing, and still kind of getting its identity and things like that. But the collection that I'm working on right now is a lot to do with like structure, finding your femininity within structure, and like like confinement and things like that, especially being an athlete, being a built body, kind of, you know, celebrating that.
Oh, wow. And just so everybody knows, I'm so enthralled because like it's like this I love fashion. I
Yes.
love fashion. So your label's called Raya.
Yes.
Yeah, Raya. And
Yep.
so obviously go follow her on social media if you don't already. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of our fans probably follow you, like you the person on social
Yeah.
media, but they might not know about your fashion label as
Yeah.
well. So yeah, it's super awesome. So tell me, who are your inspirations? I know you're creating a line right now that's gonna walk, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But I want to hear about like who are your inspirations? Like, I'm a Project Runway junkie. Like that's kind of where I really got into fashion. That and Drag Race. Like, let's be honest. Like those are the two
Yeah.
things that kind of got me into fashion. But I want to hear what got you into fashion.
So I really, I like love watching runway shows and just like everything. I love Marc Jacobs. All of his designs are so clean and so nice. So I really like his designs a lot. But yeah, I just love watching like a mesh. Like the Met Gala, for example, is like
That's
that's
my
my
Super Bowl.
yeah,
That is my
that's
Super
That's
Bowl.
your
yeah,
Stanley Cup.
Oh,
yeah,
Stanley Cup. I'm sorry. You used to say it's my
yes.
Super Bowl, but now it's my Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
Yes. Oh my
that
gosh.
it's like the best thing to watch, because it's just like so like some of the things are just like so out of the box and so amazing. But I think in general, I really like watching Marc Jacobs and his designs and his runways.
That's
Mm.
amazing. You have anything to say about
I don't
that?
know. I just love it. We talked bugs and you made her jacket for her senior
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah.
And she was so excited. I just saw her face light up when she talked about it. And of course I wanted to see it right away. It wasn't on screen with her, but we saw it later and it was amazing. And I wonder, did you make a lot of senior jackets? Do you do a lot of things for for other teammates or other, like how many game day outfits have you made or inspired? I don't know.
Yeah, so like a couple here and there. I'm definitely like in the works with some of my friends to do things for this year. So unsure
Well,
when
that
they'll
was my bonus question. We'll get to it right
happen.
now. How many people
Okay.
besides Jenna Buglioni, because we know she asked you, have asked you to do walk-in outfits for them?
A lot.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been like throw and not even just like my teammates, but like people from other teams. Like obviously like I have Princeton teammates that are in the league and
Yeah.
they have asked me. So hopefully some things are in the works there. If we can kind of get them done and like executed how we want. But yeah, I did Jenna's for senior night and I've done like a lot of Princeton teammates in the past, like for their siblings senior nights or like things like that, just like some custom pieces like here and there. But the first year of the league, I did three girls from Ottawa, kind of like my first, like very first home opener outfit ever. It was basically like a replica of those, but an Ottawa version.
Mm.
I did for Vancouver game this year, or not this year, this past year. I did Jen Gardner's
For
Vancouver.
the takeover tour that was in Vancouver.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's from there, so I did that, and that was
Mm.
really fun.
Mm.
But yeah, I just like kind of like working with people and like seeing their ideas because they're always like, just draw me something, just draw me something. I'm like, I like give me something. If you give me 2 words, I can draw you a whole thing, but I just need like a little
Wow.
inspiration and it's getting to work with different people and just like going off of their views, like their like what they want can be so different from what I'm thinking. So it's just really fun to collaborate with different people.
Mm.
Mm.
I see like your vision coming through their lens,
Yeah.
like just the incorporation of that. I don't know why that came to me visually there because I am not a visual. My wife is visual. She will be there for all the outfits and the fashion show.
So that is we were tucking this interview in here tonight because we really wanted to get this recorded and out because this is going to come out on Monday, which is what day is I don't even know what day we're on. Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Thursday, so the next Monday because the fashion show that your looks are walking in is a week from Saturday. So it'll be the Saturday after this episode airs. And I just want you to tell me everything about it because we are going to be there. First and foremost, we are going to be
Front row
there.
center.
And I'm very excited about that. But I want to hear everything about it, how you got involved, like what, how many looks are you doing? You kind of talked a little bit about the vision about, structure and femininity, which I am like chef's kiss for me. Like I'm so excited about that. So yeah. Patty's gonna look good too. Don't worry. We got her an outfit.
Perfect. Um, so my agent kind of brought this like to me, this opportunity. So I'm very thankful for her because without her, like none of this would have happened at all. And then yeah, I kind of started when I like knew that I was able to do it, I kind of started going through my ideas, certain sketches, because I've always loved this idea of vintage in the sense of the first thing I ever made, start to finish, that I still have and wear is a corset. Um, and I kind of wanted to make this entire collection kind of like an ode to that. The first thing I ever made, I still have in my closet. I still wear it. I love it. So I kind of made the entire collection around that. But again, I really love wearing pieces that are able to show how muscular you are or show like you're just not afraid to wear whatever's in your closet, but these things are one of a kind pieces in your closet. So
Yeah.
the collection is called Traces of Vintage, and it basically is just, again, kind of an exploration between like silhouettes and softness and structure, pairing those pieces that maybe you normally wouldn't together. But a lot of vintage, a lot of florals. a lot of
And
creams,
a-
browns.
am I wrong that you do some thrifted stuff too? Like it's not all necessarily new, like bought, like manufactured stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
Love the
correct. Yeah.
repurposing. And I have a burning
Yeah, I
question.
love
Oh,
that.
go ahead.
Yeah. No, no, you go.
Is the corset in a closet somewhere there? Can we see your first piece ever?
Patty wants to see it.
Yeah, I think, do you want me to go grab it? Okay.
Yes.
Go
Yes.
grab it. Here we go.
So this is the first one that I ever made. I've worn it quite a lot. So,
Okay.
it's,
Oh, wow. Oh, that's
Very
beautiful.
cute.
So I don't want to take us off track because want to
yeah,
continue talking about the fashion show, but I do want to talk about you do have a ready to wear line that you've done some corsets for that I
yeah.
saw. They look like they're a little bit longer though. Am I wrong? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so this is actually, so it's someone else's pattern because I was learning how to do
sure,
everything.
sure.
The ones that are on my site are my pattern. So I completely patterned it out. They're a bit longer, so you could tuck it in to jeans, or you could like not tuck it in. So like
I do.
I've
I love to tuck. Yeah,
yes, so I love both, like wearing it both ways. So I wanted to
yeah,
make sure that you could, and then it's like higher in the like a little higher in the back, so you don't have to like tuck the back in. You could just tuck the front. Anyway, those are the ready to wear ones that are
yeah.
complete like 100% my design from start to finish.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. So, how many looks do you have that are going to be walking?
12.
Holy cow. Okay,
Yes,
that's a lot. I know that might not seem like a lot to people, but like
it's a
putting to,
lot.
yeah. So I think I've seen one already because we've been following the
Yeah,
fashion. It's the name of the show is Fashion in Flight. I don't know if there's seats left. The last time I looked, there was like 8 seats left. I mean, like
yeah,
they're going quick. So
it's going
by,
quick.
yeah, by Monday, too bad, so sad, guys. You'll have to just watch it on social media. But, uh, I just want to say like I've seen one look and it was like a cream colored like a tan colored dress that was shorter with
Yeah,
is that your look? Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure because that's
yeah.
it's very cool and I'm very excited to see. Is that the model that's going to walk in it or you don't know?
No, that is not the model that's walking in it.
Okay. That's
It will
very
look a bit
cool.
different, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited. 12 looks is a lot. That's a lot of work. I don't know how you, I mean, I mean, not, I know you're still training. Like, it's not like you're not still training, right? Like, so
Yeah.
how do you have time to put together 12 looks in your free time?
Yeah.
Do
I've
you
been joking
sleep?
that I am like, yeah, dual employed right now in the
Yeah.
sense that I work like a 7 to 2 whenever I get home from, the gym and skate. And then I have like another like 3 to 11, where I just kind of sit in the studio. But it's really like, it just doesn't seem like work for me. So it's really fun to just like sit there and do that and, take your mind off of things. I mean, sometimes I'll sit in the Normatex while I'm doing something and, it's all about multitasking too at a certain point.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a lot of work and I've done it in like 2.5 months. So,
Wow.
which is a bit crazy. Yeah. Every single piece is like handmade. Like I haven't manufactured anything, like none of the pieces from this yeah, they're all made by me.
All
Wow.
with your hands. Yeah. So, I mean, something that Patty might not know
I don't know
that,
any of that
yeah.
really.
So,
This is my wife's gym.
yeah, I was like, and for a lot of people in our audience may not know this, that a lot of fashion designers, even like people who are starting out, will send their clothes off to
Mhm.
seamstresses to actually do the sewing. And
Yeah.
so what Mariah is telling us right now is it's funny because I'm not normally one doing the explaining of anything on this show,
This is
but
really
yeah,
total.
we're like in a total different universe. What she's explaining is that she literally did all the seamstressing for this. Like you didn't source out any of the seamstressing, which just means like hours and hours and hours of sewing. So,
Yeah.
congratulations. I am very excited. My wife is going to be excited because she will know how I am excited because I love fashion. So, thank you for giving us this experience to go to. So, we're really excited.
Of
So,
course.
I want to shift a little bit more and just really talk about you coming to Seattle because really we haven't even talked about that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you joined our new Seattle team. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So you spent 2 years in Montreal and
Mhm.
then were a free agent. Were you looking to move or was this just an opportunity that showed itself?
Yeah, I think it's really crazy because you think about the first year of the entire league and how many times can you say you're building up from the ground and you're building a culture, you're like in a new market and building up that market with everyone around you. So I think it's crazy that I get to do this again. And, you know, work with teammates to create the culture that we want Seattle to encompass. So I think it's just really, I'm really, really excited to be here, and being able to do that in such a great city. I mean, I've been here for, I think, 10 days now, and I definitely am already feeling like the love of how many people are just like so excited for us to be here. And that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I see you like weaving a new tapestry here on the West Coast and bringing the materials and sewing it and you know making sure the seams are tight and just making that from the ground up again, as you said.
Yeah,
Even though it's the third year of the league, you know,
yeah,
first year here, and you know, team built from out of nothing.
yeah.
So, you've been here for 10 days.
Yes.
How are you liking Seattle?
There
I
was a
love
little
it.
weather on Saturday. I don't know. Did they have the weather on Saturday?
I
We
think
we
I
had
think
some
we all
big
had the
weather
weather
on
on
Saturday.
Saturday. It was
Yeah,
yeah, we call those the tree trimming storms. It's the ones that are very windy and bring down all the excess,
The loose
all the
limbs.
limbs.
okay, yeah. I it was definitely windy one day, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good. I'm not like used to the weather yet. Like it rained like a lot in college, but not like this.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm definitely like getting used to that, but it's really nice. It honestly kind of makes like the sunny days where you're like, I gotta like hold on to this one. But I really
We
like
call
it.
them sun breaks. That's what we call them.
Okay, good to
Yeah,
know. Good to
it's a
know.
thing. Yeah, it's a thing that like when the sun comes out, we're like, everybody go outside.
Yeah.
I work in corporate America and I sit in front of a computer and if the sun's shining, we're like, okay, bye. We're gonna take a 30
Yep.
minute break and go get outside. So totally. And I will also tell you this, like the rain that we've had in the past couple days, and people are going to laugh when they hear this because it's like this is not a typical like all winter long rain. Like normally we just have like the annoying kind of rain that just makes you wet and it's not
Yeah.
really falling out of the sky. Like that's
Yeah.
the rain we normally have
Okay.
here. So the big drop, like the big heavy rainfall, like that's just not a normal. I mean, you grew up in the Midwest, so you know I grew up in the Midwest too. So like
Yeah.
Midwest storms, like we don't get those here.
Yeah.
If it's thundering and lightning, people are like, "Oh my gosh, the sky is falling."
Yeah.
But there have been some sunny days since you've been here. So
Yes, yes, there has been. So I've
have
taken
you
full advantage of those.
awesome. Have you been any place really fun that you're like, I have to tell everybody about this, that they have to visit this when they come to Seattle?
No, honestly, I really should try to do some more things, but I'm just so beyond busy right now with
Yes.
It was like, how do
things.
you have time to do anything? You don't even have time to sleep,
I like
Mariah. Like, you need to get
so
more sleep.
yeah, so between the show and like training and things like that here, I truthfully, and this is terrible, I just haven't been out and able to do much. So I'm November 9th is when my exploring of Seattle starts.
Okay. Okay. The day after the fashion show, for those
Yeah.
that know, for
Yeah.
those that don't know, November 8th is the fashion show, so November
Yeah.
9th. That's awesome. And I think that that's when you guys are reporting to training camp, right? Like,
Yeah, the day before the show is actually
yeah.
when we report to
Oh,
training camp, but
train, please. Oh my gosh, you are going to be busy. Okay. Well, I'm just very excited and I think I just if I can tack on just like one more bonus question. We just got our jerseys last night and we
yeah.
are talking about styling the jerseys for for the games, for our game day outfits. So,
Yeah.
any tips and tricks on how one can style a jersey that maybe just doesn't want to just throw it on?
I like to put like I just wore like the Kraken jersey to their game,
Yep, we saw
and
it.
I like to wear like the mock necks under it. Just kind of gives you a little bit more height, and then you can also like wear them in all the different colors, which is kind of nice.
Mm.
Um, Layering some jewelry over it, some stack necklaces would be nice. Um, yeah, I think those
I'm
are
just thinking on the bottom, like I have ideas. That's why I'm
yeah.
thinking is like
She wants to wear it as a dress.
I do. I put it on and I was like,
You
it's long
could.
enough to wear as a dress. Like I could definitely pull off like a pair of like thick tights underneath it. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, Mariah, you're gonna laugh at me when I tell you this. Like I've literally been testing tights out at other hockey rinks to see if I'm gonna be warm enough. This is how ready I have a spreadsheet for my outfits for the games this season.
She
Like
I wish
does.
I could be that organized with my outfits.
But I just don't want to wear the same thing twice. Like that's
I
what
feel you. I
yes,
feel
I
you.
know. I know you even more. You're on a bigger stage than I am. Good grief. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, we were joking about the Seattle, like the diagonal Seattle of whether I
Yeah.
could tuck or not, like whether that was going to be a problem if I could get all the whole word out, like with
Spoiler alert, she can talk.
I can't
The whole
talk. I did. I
so-
found out because I have a pair of high-waisted,
Spoiler.
high-waisted shorts that I want to wear, and I'm like,
Yeah.
can I put these in? And like I can, and you could still see all of Seattle. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, the jerseys are killer. I'm sure you've
Yeah.
seen them, and
Yes,
yeah,
they're so nice.
yeah, they're amazing, and I can't wait for that cream away jersey. Like I am jonesing for that one to be released to the public so that we can get one. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Mariah, anything else you want to tell us? You're just excited for the season to
I
start? We are
yeah,
so
I
excited
am
for Puck Drop.
I am super, super excited. It seems like so surreal that we're like already here, which makes me like even more excited. Like I've just been like waiting to move out here, and now that I'm out here, I'm like, okay, like camp is supposed to start right now. We're supposed to have our home opener, like everything. So I am so excited to get it going.
Awesome. Well, the news is broken that there's a big bus of us, actually a couple buses that are going to come up for the Vancouver game. So there's going to
Perfect.
there's going to be a huge Seattle cheering section
Yes.
there for you guys that night too. So be looking for us. But yeah, we will also obviously be at the home opener. So and then
we'll see you on Saturday.
yeah, we'll see you on Saturday at the fashion
Yeah.
show. So awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, Mariah, thank you so much for taking the time this evening. I know
It's
you're
a
really
pleasure.
yeah, you really are a busy lady, so we'll let you get back to it. But
Yes. Thank you guys so much. It's so exciting that you guys have this podcast and you are some #1 fans.
oh,
I love
ooh.
that. So
We will take it.
We will take
yeah,
number one
it's
prize.
great.
Thank you,
Awesome. Thank
Mariah.
you so much.
We will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.